Food for thought. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for everything that you have done, everything that you haven't done, everything you will do, and everything that you did. Same thing as have done, but just forgive yourself. You are holding on to many things. There are many things that were in your control, but also were out of your control. And holding on to guilt is extremely heavy. It is so heavy because you could have done this. You should have been this. You could have and should have done something else. You should have said something to someone. You could have been there for somebody else. But all of those words, should, could, all of them are potentials. They are the words that you add before talking about a potential. And you have so much more potential. Yes, you could have done this. You could have been better. You could have made a different choice. But there is nothing you can do about it now. There's not a single thing that you can do, not a word that can fix it, and nothing that you can do to undo what has been done. And that is so hard to accept. And it is very heavy to accept because some things are permanent and some things cannot be undone. And that is the hardest part. And that is probably the hardest thing you can do for yourself, is to forgive yourself. Because only you can do it. You can have someone say, "It's okay, I forgive you," and still feel bad. You can feel like the most terrible person, even though the person or the occurrence or the thing that has happened is fine now, that you feel this guilt and this weight and this heaviness. All you need to do is to forgive yourself, to give yourself the grace. Because every single thing you do forward from that action, from that day, from that year ago, those years ago, that decade ago, that literally week ago, it doesn't matter how long ago it was. You are a completely different person. You have changed because you have understood what has happened, good or bad. You have changed. And as much as we want to do something different, to change the past, to do something else, shoulda, coulda, woulda, we are here. And we are present. And the only thing that you can change about that are your actions moving forward. You can take that learning lesson, that experience, and move forward onto something better and bigger that has such bigger and better potential. Every single person has done something they wish they shouldn't have done, or they wish they wouldn't have done, or that they wouldn't have said or done, or etc. But we are here now. It is so hard to accept the fact that we cannot undo what we did. We cannot undo something. We are not a document. We are not a movie. We are not a video. We are not editing. But sometimes you have to remember to give yourself grace, but to also remember your intentions. What was your intention in that moment? That is a really good reason, in a way, to give yourself the grace. Because yes, you could have bad intentions, and that's different. It's really different. And that you can honestly learn from having bad intentions to see the damage that it can cause and the harm that can be done to others. But at times, most often, we have good intentions and we regret what has happened. But you have to understand your head was in the right place. Your heart was in the right place. Some things might not have happened like the way that you thought they would have, but your head was was in the right place. You did not have any ill intentions. And just because something didn't go to plan, it is okay. Life doesn't go to plan. You have to understand that you had good intentions, and only you can give yourself the grace to forgive yourself. Because sometimes you need to give yourself permission to move forward. Because I think of guilt as rocks. Sometimes it's super easy and super light, but then sometimes you trip. Something triggers that thought, or that feeling, or that memory. And then all of a sudden that guilt comes back. And that is you not fully forgiving yourself. And forgiveness is so hard. It is so much easier to give to other people than to give to yourself. Because you are your worst and biggest critic. You are. But you are also your biggest fan that you can become. You are your biggest fan. Because the child in you is always rooting for you, is always seeing the goodness in you. They always see you as that older person, that cooler person, that smarter person, that person who is enough, who is kind enough, who is friendly enough, who is outgoing enough, who is enough. And that is who you are. You are enough, regardless of your past, regardless of anything that has happened to you or that you have caused, good or bad. You are enough. Because like I was saying, would've, should've, and could've are potentialities. They are potentials. And you still have that potential within you. You have the potential to turn that life experience around and use it for the better. You have every single potential within yourself to just become someone different. You do not have to stay the same person as you were, because you can use that energy, all those things within you, to become a better person, to become a bigger person, to become a kinder person, to become a more authentic and genuine person to the people around you. You no longer have to stay that person, because you have the opportunity and potential to become something bigger and better and greater than ever in your wildest dreams. And I truly believe that, because you see some of these awful people, they did some wild things when they were younger or in their past, and they've turned their lives around. Literally, oh my goodness, I don't even know where I'm pulling this out of. My high school social studies teacher, he was like my civic teacher, and he told me he almost got a family on accident. He almost had a family on accident. He dropped out of college. He failed many classes and had to go to a junior college to fix his classes and get into a better school. He became a high school teacher, and he turned his life around. He literally said he has things that he regrets, but that's what makes us human. Yes, I say don't do anything and live the best so you don't regret anything, but life happens. That's in the perfect world, but life happens. And know that it's okay to have regrets, because all you can do is move forward and kind of reflect back on those and teach other people, honestly. Teach your kids, teach your friends. Like, life experience is so valuable, whether it's hurtful, whether it's great, whether it's so sad, whether it's devastating, whether it's amazing. Life experience is life experience. Absolute value, valuable, no matter what direction. Because he told us that story. And there were a few kids in my senior graduating class that he had since their freshman year. And he saw that they were struggling, and their senior year, they were struggling. And he advocated for those few kids who were struggling and were not about to graduate. And he advocated for them and said, I will give this to you. I will help you. He said help, not give. I will help you graduate if you put in the time and effort. His mistakes and his regrets did not define him in a bad way. They defined him and made him into a better person for his students. And you can do the same, and we can do the same. And that is okay. Because we are human, and we are learning to give ourselves the grace to forgive ourselves like we forgive others. Because we are just human, and we have such a bigger potential than our past. And we need to learn that, and we need to know that. And to know there are bigger and brighter things awaiting for us. Just trust. Food for thought.